Bath and Body Works, clock the in and make Beautiful Day a scent for a candle.
M.
Oh.
M. Mom! Do you love the holidays like me? Tamales and snickerdoodles. Are you a gift wrapper like me? Beguiled by big bows. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Wrap the gifts, bake the cookies, deck the halls, blaze the ham, crack the nuts, jingle the bells. Oh, it's a winter wonderland.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa's on his way. Tighten up. It's Very Merry Delta.
Today's guest has never eaten pineapple on a pizza and never bottomed. It's Kori King.
Hello.
Hi.
Those were the craziest two facts.
But those are very interesting facts.
Are they?
I think so. I think everyone's like, pineapple on a pizza is very polarizing. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
And you've never even tried it.
Yeah, because the crazy is I love pineapple. This is crazy. That's the first sentence. I love pineapple. I used to have a bowl. There was like I went to the supermarket in like Massachusetts called Shaw's.
Okay.
And I would get a bowl of pineapple, of like pre-cut pineapple, and I would have it every single day for like months at a time.
Really?
Yes.
Like
But
a breakfast or?
Oh, like after snack, I would just buy it just for like a stack, like a whole thing of pineapple. But something about it on a pizza, it blurs the line between like unhealthy and healthy. Like if I want to be unhealthy, I'm gonna go out. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna like be like healthy, I want like a salad and ice. You know what I mean? Like I can't mix it. Like I want like vegetables and like a steak. You know
don't
what I
like
mean?
it well balanced.
No. I'm all or nothing. I'm all or nothing.
Well, I mean, that sort of still goes with bottoming as well, because some people are either a
True.
top or some people are either a bottom.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's something about it. I don't even think that's like mathematically correct for me. I could at Eddie. I could right now. Like I truly.
Me too.
No, like.
Yeah, I am right now.
Like it's just like at any time I'm ready to go. So the traffic isn't where it needs to be. If I were to be able, it would not. No.
Well, if you had some more pineapple and the salad, you would be maybe a little more regular, and like it wouldn't be as muddy in the waters.
Come out like Shrek though. Like it's gonna like
yeah.
It's still gonna. It's not gonna change.
You're right. The math isn't mathing.
Because it doesn't matter what I eat. I'm still just gonna at any time. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna. It's not gonna give.
Well, do you think other people could at any other time? Like, has a bottom ever?
Never.
Never.
Lydia would never, honey. Never. That's like my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear. Also, I'm Black, so like, if it's dark, would I notice? You know what I mean? Like, because I have a bad sense of smell.
Oh, okay? So
if I don't see it, will I? You know what I mean? Like.
But you probably don't mind if you hear it, because like you want to hear it talk to you.
That's what I said. Like I hear the, I'm like, wait, I'm kind of eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel gassed up, kind of smell it, and then cut too. You know what I mean? Like then I'm like, oh, what a gagged. Unless it's like a piece of corn, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, all right.
Well, that person was eating healthy. Yeah. So I mean, it works in that way.
Actually, you're right. Wow.
Well, this time of year, the holidays. There are so many dishes that are savory and sweet. And I know you talk about the healthy and the not healthy. Are there certain things that you like to eat this time of year?
Is there see, I'm not a big like foodie, especially like seasonal foodie. I'm more of like, I like a candle.
Oh, what kind?
We can get into it.
Let's do it.
I remember you were saying something about Bath and Body Works, and I don't know if you wanted to get into it now.
I'm ready to get into it when you're ready.
Okay, Bath and Body Works. I used to have like a shelf in my office, and I used to have, when I tell you, like every single scent I would collect when they do that little sale, that semi-final sale, bitch, with the $9.95 or whatever, and they only let you buy 16 online. I would get 2 accounts so I could buy 32.
Oh.
I know.
That's the math.
I know. And I would buy everyone, but my favorite one was champagne toast.
Oh, it's so good.
That is like the one. Like when I want to feel like feminine, I like that candle, and I feel like a woman. That's it.
That's all it takes.
There's estrogen in that candle. There really is. Or if I like one for manly, mahogany teakwood.
That
Intense.
is all year round for me.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Now, would you do, if it was seasonal, would you do like something more pine or something more sugar cookie if you had to pick between the two?
I would do pine, but if I were to do sugar cookie, only in the kitchen.
Okay.
Only in the kitchen.
I love this. I love this.
Only in the kitchen.
Planning the room.
Yes.
It makes
Different
sense.
rooms need different scents. Different rooms need different scents. Like I'm not gonna put mahogany teakwood in my drag room. I'm gonna put champagne toast in there. I want to feel woman. But if I want to be the one only top, I need to put the mahogany teakwood in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like different scents were in different rooms.
Why did it take me so long to meet you? I love this so much. I love how particular you are.
I am very particular.
Yes, you
I'm
should
very
be.
go with the flow, but also very particular about certain things. And like, yeah, candles and scents, that's why I'm like, don't play with me. You know what I mean?
I love this so much. Do you ever gift people candles? Because I always feel like that's a really good gift.
Oh, I used to. So I would never gift. My mom, my parents, they would come and steal, honey. They would come and steal. Because I had the shelf. I literally had like inventory. So my mom would come into my office. She'd be like, can I just have like a candle? Can I just take one? I'm over like, take it from the top shelf. Take the one from the top. Because that's the ones I don't use. Like I would give her like, you know what I mean? I would like take that one. You know what I mean? But there's one scent I want.
Okay.
For Bath & Body Works candle. I don't know if they ever had it yet. I haven't seen it. Beautiful Day. Beautiful Day is one of their scents. And they never made a candle for it yet. At least I don't think so.
Maybe not. It's a very clean scent.
Yeah,
it's fresh.
I love like a clean linen scent. And the fact they don't have that yet is literally Bath & Body Works. Clock the fuck in and make Beautiful Day a fucking scent for a candle. This is getting crazy.
No, I agree with you. And I'm glad that you let them know because they might do that.
They need to.
I love when I get the like travel size lotion or body sprays and they don't make them in every scent. So yes, while you're at it with the Beautiful Day candle, make available the travel size body lotion, body spray. Well, I like the shea butter lotion.
Ooh,
the really thick one.
The real thick, yes.
Ooh, it's good.
Yeah. I like it when it's like cold and I'm not moving. I'm doing like that. But like once I dance, when I put that thick lotion on, something about it makes me drench and sweat. It literally just like melts off my body.
Closes up your pores.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does. Have you ever like lotioned up your feet and then put a pair of pumps on and then the shit goes sliding?
Yes.
You have?
No, for me, it's like my foot is just like it feels like you're just like inside of, I don't know. It feels like you're like cleaning a cup with like one of those like dish things. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And I hate it. That is like my like, I can't.
And you can't really, especially if you're in it and like maybe you're at like a meet and greet or you're somewhere and you think you're feeling it, but you're trying to like pull your foot back, like trying to balance.
Yes. Or like open-toed shoe. I've learned I cannot wear open-toed shoe at a meet and greet. I can't. Because the hooves are just gonna literally every time it's not gonna work. So like it needs to be a closed-toed shoe. It has to be.
And do you have a preferred closed-toed shoe?
The girls hate them, but the bordello will never do you wrong.
It goes with everything.
Literally.
Are you able to breathe right now? You have the best figure and the tiniest waist. Do you always cinch?
Yes. It honestly, for me, it makes me feel more comfortable. So like when I'm like not cinched, I feel like less comfortable than I am normally. Like, I feel like I can't like stand up right. I feel like it feels like weird. It feels weird. So yeah, I've gotten used to like corseting very, very quickly for sure.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It is beautiful. How did you like being on tour?
I loved it. I love like consistency. I love being able to wake up and do the same number over and over again. I love there's a lot of I like to be like creative outside of like the number. Like I'm already dressing up as fucking Shrek and fucking Dr. Seuss and shit. So like I don't need that. My brain's already going a million miles an hour. So when I'm on tour, I want to be able to relax and do the same number and give it and call it a day. You know what I mean? So I love being on tour.
Well, you mentioned being the characters. Obviously, you're a standout on Cameo. And if you don't know what Cameo is, it's a personalized video service. And you can go on there and you can request videos from singers and athletes, and of course from Kori King. And sometimes you do the characters for that. Are you able to do the characters while you're on tour? How does that work?
No. And that was what was so annoying, because I was like, damn, I'm really just stuck. This is so sad. Stuck being me. I'm stuck being me for 30 days. And I was like, bitch, this is boring as fuck. So literally tomorrow, bitch, I don't know who I'm gonna be tomorrow. Who should I be tomorrow? This is hard. I'll find something.
Do people request characters, or is that like how would that even be possible? You can't switch them all out in one day.
Some people. are real particular and real needy, and it's getting crazy. There was one person, they were like, can you be that rock guy from Fantastic Four? And I was like, when have you ever seen me do that? Like, what makes you think I have that costume available?
Because they believe in you.
Yeah,
they love you.
Or like one time there was like a chaser that ordered a Cameo, and he was over here like, can you wear those big titties and shake them up and down for 30 seconds in the Cameo? And I was like, that's not the service I provide.
You know, you can make my link available for those type of videos as well. I can do for 30 seconds. You know, I'm always looking for a short number. I will do a short number.
And he was like, and I was like, I even had to like, I didn't even do the Cameo. I like responded in the comments section of his like request. I was like, huh? He was like, that big Z cup breast. I want that one to shake up. I was like, I don't have it. I was like, I don't have it. I don't have it in my suitcase. I'm so sorry. I declined it. Too much.
How many cameos would you say you have done like in a given session, like in a day or however long?
I think the most I've ever done was like a little over 100 in a day.
Whoa, stop.
No, I would used to like leave the gig. The gig ends at like 2 a.m. or whatever. You know how late ass club gigs be. I would get home. I would like either sometimes take off my entire mug, put in like a clown mug, like a funny character mug. And then I would do cameos until my flight for the next gig at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So I would keep doing cameos till like 5, and then I would like take it off and then go to the plane and then go. Yeah, I was like, I'm a workaholic, but like that was like the toughest time. I'd be like, I just want to go to bed. I'm like, happy birthday. I'm like, but it's like so much fun for me. I love it.
I admire it. I mean, I was talking backstage about just how we're sort of in this time in our lives where we don't really just have one job.
Yeah.
We have to have multiple jobs because everything fills in something else. And so just like Cameo, when you do provide the service that you're providing and the joy that you're providing, it's hard to let people down.
Yeah.
So when you know, like, you know, you're trying to live, you have expenses, but at the same time, you're also enjoying doing the cameos.
Yeah.
And I admire that.
It's like, it's one of those things where like you have to find a way to make what you do like fun for not only them, but for yourself. Because like, if you're not having fun, then people can tell. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, it's like, you have to find like that balance. That's why I'm over here like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a funny character. I was like, I don't care if they want it. This is for me. I was like, cause like, I'm gonna find a way to make it fun. You know what I mean? So like, I'm like Cat in the Hat. There's some that I regret for sure.
Like what?
The Labubu, that one was a hard time. That was a hard time because it was like in the heat of the summer. It's 90 degrees. And I had an AC, but the AC was so loud. And I was like, I want the quality of the cameo to be good. So I had to turn the AC off. And I'm like in this like fursuit, and I wanted to be like a bigger Labubu. Like I wanted to be filled out like a Labubu. So I grabbed all my wigs from my shelf and I was stuffing it in the costume. Like every afro, every double stack, I was just stuffing it in the costume. So I'm drenched in sweat. I would do a cameo. I would like take a break, turn my AC on for like a minute, and I'll turn it off and then do another cameo for literally 5 hours.
Wow.
That one when I was like going through it.
Do you think if I took some of the wigs out of this, I would be a little bit cooler? That's what it is. It's that people think I'm full figured, but I'm not. It's all wigs.
It's all wigs. It's all wigs.
You let the secret go.
There's been times when like you ever just like take like your bra off. This is especially when I wear a breastplate. This will do it. I take the bra and make the sweat just like.
Oh yeah.
It just drips down.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that.
There's somebody that wants a video of that.
If the price is right, we got you. We got you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You can be any character. You can be. You said sometimes you like to feel like a woman.
Sometimes I like to feel like a woman.
They want to watch you feel like a woman.
That's crazy. Because like I believe it, but I don't think anyone else can believe it.
So they can believe it.
That's.
They can believe it. The feel of real.
The feel of real. Yeah, you have to sell it. You have to sell it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want it.
Yeah, pre-Drag Race days, I used to really feel feminine. There was a time where I was like really like this is very like this look that I'm doing today is very old Kori for sure.
Oh, I love it. It's simple, but it's clean. It's pussy.
Yes. Yeah. My daytime name was Courtney. was Courtney.
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, was it Courtney? Courtney, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I remember like my walk around before the gig. I would wear like a little mini dress, like a little heel, my little flat little human wig with like 2 fibers in it. I'd be like Courtney, and there'll be like an old man at the bar. He's like, do you want a drink? I'm like, yeah, I'll just have like a something sweet. I'm like 21. I don't even know what drinks are called. I'm over here like, I'll just have like a vodka drink.
This is my favorite.
I have a vodka Capri Sun. You know what I mean? I'm like,
There's a vodka Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
I'm into it though.
You know what I mean?
Sound good.
Yeah, no, literally. I used to be that girl that's like, can I just get like something sweet and strong? Wrong idea. It used to me up every single night, but that'll do it. What's like your like go-to like if you're gonna have like a
If I'm gonna have a cocktail,
I'm taking notes.
Okay, like a Malibu diet. I know that sounds like
what's
I
in
know.
that?
Just Malibu rum, which is like coconutty, tropical, and then just Diet Coke, ice. What I normally like to do, because I don't really like the taste of alcohol, so when I'm sipping a cocktail, I'm like this. But I like the feeling. So I would rather just line up some shots. Get there and then just nurse on something.
Yes. Or like back in the day, I used to like order this and like no one knew what it was, so then I could only get like half the time. A Washington apple.
Oh yes,
you fuck with a Washington apple?
I do very much so. That's a girly drink.
Yes, bars. Let's wake back up the Washington apple because the girls don't know. It's tab.
How do you wake something up? Like, how do we wake it up?
That's actually a very good thing. So, with the thought of waking something up, really is like let's bring it back to the forefront. It's something that needs to be talked about more. You know what I mean? It's something that like it's bigger than what it needs more credit. It needs more credit, and therefore we have to wake it up. Whether that be yelling it through the street, whether that be making a crazy Instagram post, like my Michael Jackson. When I was Michael Jackson for the Emmys, I was like, Michael Jackson needs more flowers, and I have to wake it up. I was like, I have to. You know what I mean?
How did that feel going to the Emmys as Michael Jackson?
That was a hard time, physically and mentally.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into these characters that you do.
Oh yeah, I was in the makeup chair literally for like 3-4 hours.
Wow.
And then, because the whole point of it, those two thoughts in my head when I wanted to be Michael Jackson for the Emmys, I was like, I want to be comfortable. I want to be padded, walking around, sitting, and doing the Emmys, doing the red carpet. And how can I make this about me? So if everyone's in a gown and I'm dressed like Michael Jackson, you gotta look at Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? So I'm getting in this makeup. Lana comes in the room and she's like, what the f is going on? And I was like, girl, this is real. Like, this is real. This is real. I told all the girls, like, the day before we all went out. And they were like, Kori, wherever, I know you're gonna do some bullshit. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna dress up as? And I was over here like, no, like, I'm not wearing bullshit. I'm giving realness tomorrow. And they were like, what do you mean by realness? I was like, no, like, I'm giving realness. Like, I'm wearing a human hair wig. I'm not padding. I'm giving like soft. Like, it's giving realness tomorrow. And they were like, no, you're not. I was like, I told you. I mean, the Michael Jackson wig was human and I wasn't wearing pads, so I didn't lie.
And I was really there.
I was really there. I was giving realness. No, but I got there and there were people at the Emmys like stopping me. And I was like, oh God. This girl came up to me. I was like sitting there. She was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I was friends with Michael Jackson and we worked on like a lot of projects together. And I was looking at her, I was like, like the whole day, I was drunk. And the whole day I was like in character. So I didn't drop the character for her just because she knew him. So I'm over like, oh, thank you. And then
no.
And then she was like,
I'll have a Washington apple.
No, literally. So then she's like, oh yeah. And like she was like, I worked with him and like this just means so much to me that you did this. I'm over like, oh, thank you, BB. Thank you so much.
No.
And she just laughed and walked away. And I was like, I probably like hurt her feelings because this is probably her homeboy. And I'm just like playing her face, but she loved it. She loved it. I also passed out at the Emmys like 3 times. I fell asleep because I'm that girl. I can fall asleep anywhere.
But where were you falling asleep at the Emmys?
During the Emmys.
Oh, like during the broadcast.
Oh.
Just out.
If
like
I
this?
was in the front row, they would have got me so dirty. I was like, because I was tired. I've been up since like 4 or 5 a.m.
In the makeup chair.
So no, like literally, so I'm like literally falling asleep. There's like parts that I was watching at home, like when I got back to like look at stuff, I was like, I don't remember. I think Reba came out. I never seen that. And I was there. You know what I mean? Like there was stuff that happened.
Would you do Reba for cameos?
I would. I
could
would.
See it. Maybe I should dress. What character should I dress up as for cameos?
Oh my God, that's good. Oh my God. Reba
Hmm.
would be good. Reba
Should I
would.
do like Delta King?
You please, yes.
Wear like a little pussy dress, have
Yeah, a little
will
mini
you
dress.
do a corset that's like
A little,
insane.
yes, a little blonde wig. A little blonde wig.
I'll do it.
A bordello shoe.
A bordello
Yes,
shoe.
yes. That'd be sickening.
I like it. I think I want to do it. Let's take a break. Ever dropped $150 on a bottle of cologne or perfume only to realize you absolutely hate it? Rough. Micro Perfumes makes sure that you never have to play fragrance roulette again. For just a few bucks, you can test drive the real deal: Tom Ford, Dior, Creed, authentic designer scents without the full bottle gamble. I love being able to get luxury fragrances with no commitment. Micro Perfumes has over 500 scents available for you to choose from, and unlike subscription boxes or shady discount sites, Micro Perfumes gives you instant access to authentic in-stock fragrances, the real thing, affordable, and ready when you are. One of the fragrances I picked up was Velvet Orchid by Tom Ford. It's a shimmering floral amber evolution of the iconic Black Orchid, ultra feminine, radiant, and irresistibly smooth. With notes of fresh petals, honey, rum, and a dramatic floral veil, it reveals a new kind of allure, one that draws you in gently, refined, and beautifully polished. Velvet Orchid carries Black Orchid's mystique, but softens it with warmth and luminosity, creating a fluid, seductive finish. I'm absolutely in love with Micro Perfumes, and I can't recommend it enough. So why commit blind to a $200 bottle? Find your scent soulmate today with up to 60% off at microperfumes.com/verydelta. That's microperfumes.com/verydelta for up to 60% off. Micro Perfumes, real scents, no regrets. The holidays sneak up fast, but it's not too early to get your shopping done and actually have fun with it. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping stress-free and joyful with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts you can't find anywhere else. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses, and because they're made in small batches, the best finds can sell out fast. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone. A gift I recently purchased was the Candy of the World Advent Calendar. This calendar takes you around the world in 24 days and has nearly 100 snacks from various countries around the globe. I can't wait to count down to the holiday with this beautiful calendar and international collection of sweet treats. When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice and have donated more than $3 million to date. So shop early, have fun, and cross some names off your list today. To get 15% off your gift, go to uncommongoods.com/verydelta. That's uncommongoods.com/verydelta for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. We are back with Kori King. I was asking about waking it up, and I love this idea that it's talking about things that need to be talked about. And you've
Yes.
already done that, which I love. I mean, I love this about your personality. We're talking about the Bath and Body Works candles, what you like
Yes.
on your pizza, the cocktails. We are known here to fry the small fish, meaning little things that people think are not that big of a deal, but kind of
Yeah.
are a big deal to us. Is there any small fish that you want to fry that you need to wake up?
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a very recent one. And just need to complain. Okay. So when you're on an airplane, okay, I feel like a lot of people need a carry-on. We get that. We get that. Not everyone needs to have the carry-on on the plane. You can check the carry-on in. Not everyone needs this. What's in it that is so important that you need to bring it on the plane? Nothing. Honestly, nothing. There's nothing you need on there. Check the bag in so we can all get on this plane quickly. Because especially if you're in zone 12 of the plane, your bag's not gonna make it anyway. So you shouldn't have brought the bag, period. So you're just wasting everyone's time chugging through this bag. Also, when we are checking in our bags. If my bag is overweight, don't ask me to readjust it on the floor right in front of you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like that's not happening because that's gonna make me look crazy. So that's another thing. Just airports here. Also, oh my God, mm, carpets in a hotel. Why are there carpets? If you know luggage is heavy and carpets make friction, then there shouldn't be a carpet in a hotel hallway because it makes all of the luggage heavier and harder to carry. Sorry, those are the ones.
Please keep waking it up.
Like
All of this is and no one ever talks about the fucking
the
carpet.
carpets.
When you're pulling like 2 suitcases down a skinny thing, and you're like,
little.
you feel like your arms are gonna break.
I'm like, you're literally made for people that are traveling. Wouldn't you optimize this establishment for travel? So I'm
Right.
like, why are the elevators this big? Why are the hallways this big? And why is there carpets that I can't roll my luggage through? It's
Right.
crazy.
I
That's
love this.
that is the one that's really been getting me lately.
These make so much sense. What do you take on the plane with you, like
Uh,
when you fly?
If I can, I will check everything in. I will only bring a fanny pack.
Mhm.
One fanny pack with my AirPods, my like IDs and stuff, my phone, and my Nintendo Switch, and that is it. That is all I'm bringing.
What do you play on Nintendo Switch?
So there's this new Pokemon game,
Uh-huh.
and I kept seeing everyone tweet about it, and now I've been like obsessed with it. I have not played video games in years, and it woke it up. It woke it up. So now I've been playing it literally like religiously every flight, and usually I would fall asleep on the flight before we even take off. But
Mhm.
now it's the only thing that keeps me up on a flight.
I notice sometimes people are they're like iPad people on the plane.
Yeah,
And then some people like myself, I'll just watch whatever is playing on the screen.
yeah.
Will you watch what's on the screen or will you bring your own movie? How does that work for
I
you?
usually will just scroll through like TikTok or Instagram, and that's another pet peeve. If someone's like literally just like digging in my phone, that will drive me crazy. I'm like,
Oh.
I need to get one of those like privacy screens. There was one time there was like this like lady, and she kept looking at my phone, and I'm like, it's not even anything good. I'm literally just like scrolling through TikTok, and like it wasn't like a side eye, like a ooh, like what she got. It was like so it got to
She
the
was
po
into it.
oh, she was living, and it was pissing me off. So it got to the point I'm, like, on my phone, and she, like it got to the point I'm like, now we're, like, nose to nose at this point. So I just go
No.
I love confrontation. I love confrontation. I just went, and she stops. And she knew now she knew. But that's what I feel like some people need to be taught things, and
Yes, they
people are
do.
too nice these days, and these people don't know. Someone didn't teach that woman that she needs to mind her business, but that day she learned, and now she's gonna know to mind her business.
Well, this is why you're serving the community. This
Thank
is what you
you.
do.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with people. You know what I
I
mean?
love this about I love
Yes.
all of this. This is
Yeah.
this is how people should live, the way
Yeah.
that you're living.
Yeah. I love confrontation. I really do.
You do.
I
Do you ever have
do.
people that try to counter you and you're like, oops, that's too much?
No. Oh, never.
No.
Oh, never that. Never that. There was one person. It was like the Uber driver, and it was like we ordered like Uber XX triple XL, and it's like we're like carrying the bags down, and he was over here like, oh yeah, I'm not picking those and putting them in the car. I was like, what? I thought that was your job. Okay, fine, all right, whatever. So I'm slinging. I'm like in full face, full beat, still padded because like,
Wow.
oh, I'm still course. I'm slinging these bags in the car, and he's over like, oh no, it's supposed to go sideways, and I was like, if you want it sideways, then you should have put him in there your damn self. And then he's gagged. And then we drive, we get there, we get home to the hotel or whatever. And then he's like, open the door. He wants now, all of a sudden, now he got the energy to go pick the bags up. And I was like, no. They were heavy for you the last time. They're probably still heavy for you now. Just let me do it. Can you hold my phone? And I just put the bags up
And you
in full
called it.
face, in full drag. I love to emasculate a straight man. I really
Oh,
do.
that's your thing.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's people that want this on video. Too. Can you imagine with the this is what I say, just bordellos and boobs.
Yeah, that's
And
what they want.
it. They want that.
I've learned, like, I feel like when you're a little crunchier, they like it even more. I feel like if I just do like a quick mug and a little flat wig, that's when the chasers really be living. That's what they want. Cause I feel like me at my lowest, that's what they were fighting for the most was that. When I wore my little flat black wig and a little like dress from like Charlotte Russe was the one. Charlotte Russe was the one. A little
Mhm.
dress from I used to go to the mall and go ham, honey. I thought I was changing the game at the mall.
You were.
That
You
was
were.
it.
Because you understand your levels
Yeah.
and your default and your
Yes.
characters and then who's you.
Mhm.
I love that. I love knowing that. But when you say that, like they want you at your lowest or
Yeah.
whatever, there's something about that. There is something about that for all of us.
Mhm.
For anyone that wants that, I feel like, and it's not all people who are interested in trans people or cross-dressers, which is
No.
entirely different, as we know.
Yes.
And we're not equating the two as the same thing.
Mm-mm.
But there are people who don't know how to put their foot in the quote gay world.
Yeah.
But
yes.
so they're like, well, what I want is what I know you have.
Right.
And I don't need all this fuss because it takes me out of it.
Yeah.
And they want you to pull them into it.
Yes. I have a friend. Her name is Gigi Glam, honey. And she had like a hookup and she would text in the group and she's like, guys, the train's coming. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, he wants me to wear like this, like these fishnets, heels, and a wig. And I was like, so are you in drag? She's like, no makeup. He just wants the wig. And I was like, so I was like, okay, what wig did you give? It was like, I thought she was gonna pull out like a flat little, like, like little like human wig.
Uh-huh.
She pulled out like a styled, like
Stop it. The pinched right here.
No, it's like the one that it's like shellac, like a rock in the front, and it slits back. It's like a pony. And she was like, I want a pony, but I was like, a resin pony,
Stop.
So I was like, that was not the way.
Like with the lace all
Yeah,
right here,
the
like
lace
trimmed
is
out.
like thick because
A
like
piece
it's
of
the
bacon.
brunch wig. You know what I mean? Like it was just like I was like, girl, that's not the wig he asked for, but it's the wig he got, Eddie. It's the wig he got.
Well, I mean, listen, we know that he got the brunch wig, and you probably have plenty of brunch wigs because I know you like brunch gigs.
I love a brunch gig. I don't.
What do you
think
love
this-
about it?
You want to know what it is? I feel as of course, I love the gays. But the gays are so used to drag at this point where like, if I'm at a gay gig, I really gotta lock in. Like I gotta do kicks and splits and grab from the wall and do crazy stuff. The brunch gig, you put that breastplate on, you play the Shania Twain mix, honey. You put that money in that boob. Give the fucking people what they want. It's her birthday. It's about her. Happy fucking birthday, bitch. Like, do you want a shot with me? It's about the customer experience. And that's why I like brunch. It's about the customer experience.
Everything that you have said resonates with me.
Like-
So everything that this woman has said, from candles to Capri Suns to breastplates to Charlotte Russe dresses to knowing what shoe you wear and not explaining your shoe to anyone. And now when you talk about brunch, what do I always say? Somebody better be doing Shania Twain at the brunch if this is going to be successful. If we're going to be successful, every one of us better be ready to do Shania Twain.
Like, it needs to be like, there's some things where it's just like, it's easy. It's laid out for you.
It's her birthday. We're here to dance around for her birthday.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
I was like, and it's always the one bitch. I could already tell when the bitch walks in. I'm like, I'm never booking this bitch again. They'll come in and be like, I will never forget the words one bitch said to me. And she was like, I don't think the crowd's gonna like this number, but I don't care. It's for me. It's not about you.
You make it for you on Tuesday night at midnight when you're doing your little hotspot number. That's for you.
Thank you. That's for the Monday, the Tuesday. When it's that Sunday brunch, we need the Shania Twain. We need the Whitney Houston. We need the Madonna. We need the song I can sing along to.
Whatever's in the top 10 on the radio right now, please put it on.
And then you get the young girl, she does Sabrina. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then we call it a day. Don't be trying to be out the world and got like.
Because they want to sing along to it, right?
Yes.
So if you know, like, oh no, everybody sings along to this, then go for it.
Then go for it.
Yep.
It's not, people make drag way too hard. And it's getting out of hand.
I need to work with you. I need to be in your shows.
We would cut up.
I need to be in your shows. God, why am I not working in her shows? I love this.
Yeah, it's like, just make it easy.
Easy.
And like the crowd work is so much, because this is like probably some people's first ever drag show when it's at the brunch. You know what I mean? So like, they're like kids at like Disneyland. You know what I mean? So when you come in, like, how are you, honey? What's good morning, everybody? Whose birthday? Come to stage. That is like their moment. Like, they're like, bitch, this is I'm living. You know what I mean? Whereas like at the gay club, I'm bucking and kicking. There's what the one guy that's like, she'll have nails on. I'm like, bitch.
I wouldn't have worn that. I wouldn't have done that.
Right. I'm like,
well, what do you wear then?
I'm like, bitch, I'm not doing this today. I'm like, you work at Sephora. Don't piss me off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It really does go. It goes back very far. I remember we used to watch, go to Vegas, and we would see Frank Marino's La Cage, and he would host the big show, and then he did Frank Marino's Divas. And I remember he would have this line where he said, a lot of people in here, they're taking a picture because they're going to go back home and they're going to go, you're not going to believe what I saw this weekend. So you want to give them that moment to people that, just as you said, maybe this is the first time they've ever seen drag before. And so they want to, they're going to remember the feathers and the bright colors. They're going to remember the big boobs or the big shoes, or they're going to remember certain things. And you give them that. It is simple work. It is simple work, but it can easily be up if you're not paying attention to how to do it.
Yes.
I love
100%.
that. I love that. What's on your holiday wish list this year?
Ooh. Honestly, I feel like there's really nothing that I like really am like aiming to want. No.
So you don't want happiness for the world?
Oh, this is for other people.
I'm fucking kidding. No, it's about you and what you want. You know what I hate is when people go,
freedom. I'm like,
right? No, when people say, when you talk about something, they go, well, it's not about you. Yes, it is.
I'm like, this is. I'm like, today it is.
You know what? Everything that you've said or you've done or whatever, you have to think about yourself. Of course, we have to think about others. But if you're not taking care of yourself or doing the things that you want to do or waking it the up about yourself. What are you supposed to do? Only live for other people and that's it?
Oh, I always say you have to put yourself first. You have to. Because if you can't put yourself first, then you're not going to be able to be good for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like me, I would not go out to the club. I'm not partying unless like someone has to really drag me out. Because it's like, I'm sitting here, I want to dance. I could drink at the gig. I could drink. I don't want to drink here. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just standing here in the cold.
Right.
Doing what? With songs I can listen to on my AirPods? Chop. It's a chop. So yeah, no, I would not go out for fun.
I know we talked about the airplane, about the movies, but are you a person that will like bring your own snacks on the plane? Will you buy stuff at the airport, or you just whatever's on board?
You know what it is? I will bring my own little snacks in my little fanny pack because what they've been bringing lately, it's not enough to
really?
suffice.
Like what?
Like they'll bring like the little bag of chips. I'm like, this isn't gonna sustain me.
3 chips.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't gonna. It's just air. You know what I mean? Or like they'll have the little Biscoff cookie. That's not good. I need some fiber. You know what I mean? Like,
and are you window or aisle?
Window.
I'm a window. Yeah.
You want to know why? Because there's nothing that can get me mad faster than sitting. First off, just sitting in the aisle and knowing that I'm gonna have to get up for someone else to sit next to me.
It's a lot.
That does get me mad. And also the thought of me being in like deep REM sleep and someone going, we have to fight. Like we have to fight. I'm gonna be on the no-fly list. Like I will, because like this is getting out of hand. You know what I mean? So like that's why I need the window. You know what I mean? I need to just sit there and just knock out.
Well, you say no-fly list. I always think like, am I going to end up on a no-fly list just because I'm like speaking up about something and they're like, we don't want to hear you speak up. Even if you're right about it, we don't want to hear this over and over, so we're putting you on a no-fly list. And it never happens on a plane.
Yeah.
It's always like something happening in the TSA or the wherever, which, I mean, who knows if we're going to be flying anymore at this point. Everything's falling apart.
It's getting into like a mess.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, let me just sit at home and just with characters and make cameos, because
what are we gonna do if we like, I don't know, if there's no more flying? Would you rather take a train or a bus to the gig?
Bus. I did a train one time. It felt crazy. The people, I don't know, where was I? I don't know. Maybe I was in like Connecticut, or like they were so rude. But honestly, working in customer service, at that point I was like, you know what, I get it. I was like, the people that you probably have to deal with every day, I understand that you're already on guard with a bad mood. You know what I mean? Because I used to be the retail girl.
Okay.
I was a store manager at Walgreens, and when I tell you, I was running that shit like the Navy, honey, I was not playing.
Did you have keys on your wrist?
I'll keep on the side. I keep on
Okay.
the side like this, on the little belt clip. I will never forget. There was this one customer. This bitch gagged me so fierce. I was doing like a return. Well, actually, I was running around the store, and we had another girl. She was like, "Oh, you can come here for this return." I was like, "Oh yeah, fine, whatever." I'm talking to the cashier. Like, what happened? And the girl was like, "I need to return these Depends because what? For the young kids, the Depends are the adult underwear." Okay,
I
so
know she was lying.
Oh, she was serious. And I was like, that's fine. They were still new in the box. I said,
Okay.
okay. I was like, all right, that's fine. Do you have the receipt? No, I do not have the receipt. And I was like, well, the best I can do is I can give you store credit. And she
Sure.
was like, I don't want store credit. I want the money. I was like, well, then you need the receipt. She was like, can you look it up with my credit card? And I was like, well, we can't do that here. I'm so sorry. We can't do that. And she was like, well, I want you to know that these are my dead mother's Depends. And I need the money so I can get money for the funeral. And I was like,
Oh.
and I looked at her and I was like, well, do you have her receipt or what do you? And I'm like, and then she's like, oh, so you think you're funny? I was like, no, do you have her receipt? And then she's like, we're like going back and forth. And then at the end of the point, I was like, listen, ma'am, unless she can come back alive and get this receipt, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, maybe she could give her a call.
Because now she's playing with me. Now she thinks she's going to try to guilt trip me. And now we could double down. You know what I mean? So then she like, you fucking faggot. How dare you? Leave.
Oh, that's where I was going. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Wake that up.
Wait, but then the kicker, the bitch walks up and she leaves the Depends.
Yeah. She stole those.
So I'm like, bitch, this is lies.
You know what it is? I think, there was no mother.
It's not real. That's what I'm saying. People, they will literally try to guilt trip you to return Depends.
She's probably a certified nursing assistant who stole those from where she works, and she was trying to return those.
And I was like, ma'am, they're on sale right now. So if we're going to return with no receipt, you're going to get the sale price anyway. So you ain't want to get that much money for these. It all sounds like scams. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And when you dissect the question more, they don't know how to keep up with the lie anymore because a lie's a lie. You know what I mean? So once you start getting in there, it's over. You know what I mean? Oh, I used to be crazy. Like,
I love that. But see, what we do for a living involves so much actressing.
Yes.
So you can spot it in other people.
Yes.
You can spot it. You've already done this. You do it all the time. Even back then you could do it because when you deal in customer service with so many people, you're like, oh, I can smell them coming.
I know it. It's like, or like sometimes they'll be like, oh, like you can't like confront someone that's stealing. I was like, yeah, okay. But like sometimes I'm like, I got time. You know what I mean? There was someone that had like a whole basket. He was like filling it up with like nonsense. And I like literally just walked in. I didn't even clock in yet. I walked in, I just see it, I just go, I snatched the bag out of his hand and everything falls and he's just like, and he just like walks away. I was like, sometimes you have to gag him fierce.
Damn.
Yeah.
And honestly though, you're a better person than I am. Not me. I say take it. Take from this company. Take everything you want.
Some people I'll be like, you know what? She ate that. She can steal it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, she did that kind of nasty.
Yeah.
I'll let her give it to you.
And if you're stealing at the grocery store, I didn't see shit. I didn't see anything. If you're stealing food, take it.
See, food,
These
you can really leave with the car. I don't care.
I don't care.
No.
But babe, don't come in here and try to steal my, I don't know, perfume. No.
There's still like the gift sets.
No.
I'm like, don't steal the gift sets. I'm like, what are we doing?
What kind of perfume are you wearing? It smells good.
I'm wearing cologne. I'm wearing Nautica Voyage. I mean,
really?
Yes.
For a manly-hearted woman.
For a manly-hearted, you know what it was? Because there's this one girl in Boston with Candace Persuasion, and she would always tell me, I was like, oh, what are you wearing? She's like, oh, I wear cologne, girl, because like the gays like it, the girls like it, and it's like unisex.
That makes
everything.
sense.
I was like, you know what? You kind of ate that. So now usually I'll switch between like a masculine perfume or a cologne, but I can never really go like full like citrus berry pear. Like that's when I'm like, I don't feel it. You know what I mean?
But if you're just wearing like a light bead and the thin wig with the two fibers, what would be a body spray you would put on for that?
That one I would go. I would layer. I used to layer. I would do Ariana Grande Cloud. Ariana Grande Cloud, because it still has a little bit of like masculine, but it's still like very like soft. And then I would go in with something like a body spray. Maybe I'll go in with, like a Bath and Body Works, like a champagne toast
Mm-hmm.
spray. And then you hit it with like some random bullshit from like Marshalls, just a topper, like a topper.
A topper.
Yeah. So when it wears off, the Ariana Grande is still there, but the
Mhm.
topper is the one when you walk in, you have that wind. You know what I mean? So you gotta spray it. You gotta spray the train. You gotta spray the wig. You gotta spray the hand. You know what I mean? So you got the wind. Yes.
Absolutely.
I like the wind.
My friend Big D coined the term chair air, and that means when someone gets up and you go, something
Oh.
might be a little funky over here. So if you layer the scent on different things, you leave
Yes.
a really nice air.
Yes. The
Like
chair.
a walk around wind, we could call it.
Yes. The chair air. Really.
Chair air is funky,
Yes.
but walk around wind, that sounds pretty. Your wind song stays on my mind. I like that. I like that. Let's take a break.
The chair air.
This bitch is you are the best. You are the best. We are back with Kori King. Now, this is the part of the show that we call Read Me Delta.
Okay.
People send in their letters. They have questions.
Oh,
they have
shit.
concerns. I never get to see these letters until they're here. So we're both seeing these for the very first time. Dear Delta and fabulous guest, I recently found myself in the curious position of being the nude model for an art class. I had to strike a pose and hold it for 10 minutes while a group of silent artists drew me. To help pass the time, I put in an AirPod and put on your podcast. You were going off about Costco memberships, and it elicited a horribly embarrassing wave of giggles from me. I had to fight with all my might against the laughter that wanted to erupt from my belly. My face contorted in the most unappealing way as I tried to hold it back. I had to wait until the end of the 10 minutes before I could turn the podcast off, so I tried to think of the saddest thing I could think about to make the laughter go away. I thought of dead puppies, war, and my dearly beloved late grandma. My question is, if you had to hold back laughter, what sad things might you conjure? Is there anything you can rely on to shed a tear? Also, would you ever model nude like me? Much love, Very Gila from Kingston, Ontario. Or maybe it's Very Gila. I don't know. Gila? Gila? Is that you from Canada? What about you? If you have to hold back the tears. Hold back the laughter.
Wow. So first I went to oh my God. I went to a performing arts school and we had a nude model in our high school that came and we had to draw them.
Uh-huh.
And first of all, would never do that. Would never do that. Because if I hear a snicker, a laugh, I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? What,
Right.
I don't look good? I don't look right? What? So that I could never do that level of that. But if I had to hold it in, I honestly don't think I could. It would get to the point where I would have to make it a bit. Like I would have to like be full naked and go Like I would have to entertain the people at
Sure.
that point. Like, cause like they're gonna see. I can't hide it. I can't hide anything, any emotion. If I'm mad, if I'm sad, I can't hide it. So,
Really? I would think you could.
in a way, yes. But there's some parts where I'm like, no, I just gotta get out let's get it out now. Like if I'm mad with someone, I'm gonna be like, come sit here, let's talk. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I want to get it out like fast. You know what I mean? But like something like that, oh, I'm gonna laugh.
I mean, at least you admit it, you know.
I'm gonna laugh.
When I was on Drag Race, one of our mini challenges was to nude model.
Oh my God,
So
yes.
we had a photographer come in and we had to do it. I will say they allowed us like one piece of fabric, like so
Yes.
you could cover what you
Mhm.
wanted to, if you wanted to. Some people didn't want to. Some people were very comfortable with their
Yeah.
bodies and they didn't really have any embarrassment of like their entire body or
Yeah.
even like small portions. Because I
Yeah.
think everybody has parts of themselves where even if it's not like a weight issue, there's just people that are like, maybe they have a scar
Yeah.
or maybe there's some people that like they don't like their ears or whatever it
Yeah.
is. I think everybody has something. Would I nude model again? I always say to myself, if I could go back to that challenge of nude
Yeah.
modeling and they gave me that yard of fabric, what I should have done to murder that would have been to get the fabric and like just make a head wrap
Yeah.
and just stand there naked. Like I know I could cover up with this, But why?
Well, why?
Because that would don't you think? Like people would be like, you are a mess.
It's just sickening.
But it's sickening, right?
Sickening.
To have that. But I didn't have that confidence. You know, if you have that confidence. But to things that I would do to hold back laughter, this is going to get me in the ass one day, but I say it all the time. I'm a really good liar. If I need to not laugh in a situation, I will just not laugh. And I'll tell you where I think it comes from. I'm an only child, so no brothers and sisters. And I was raised by a single parent. So I found myself in a lot of very precarious situations as a kid around a lot of adults that I knew if I acted like a child, it would tune into the fact that why is this kid here messing around? So I had to just be able to sort of move through as silently as possible.
Really?
So yeah, I became a good liar. I'm a good code switcher. I can do like a lot of things like that.
Yeah, I'm a good like liar for something, but sometimes I'm horrible because it'll show right in my face.
Yeah.
But like gaslighting, I can gaslight down.
Really?
Oh, down. I love stuff like that. I love that. I'm like, no, she said that yesterday. She was gonna be late. She said that. Like, I love stuff like that. Like I
shit stir as fuck, but I live.
But the problem with me is I'll forget that I'm doing it. So I'll fully like get in my car and be like, damn, I did lie. Well, shit. Okay. Well, and I'll just drive up. Like,
I should feel bad, but I don't feel bad.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, okay. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, the sun will come out tomorrow.
Yeah. No, because like if you're gonna lie, you have to. If you're gonna lie, like you have to believe it. So sometimes, bitch, I really do be believing it. I'm like, wow, that was good.
See?
You know what I mean?
You're good. I guess you know when to do your job and when to turn your job off.
Yes,
and that's important. Dear Delta and Kori, I just turned 20 on the 3rd of November, and I only recently started getting into Madonna. I'm a little monster, and the Madonna and Lady Gaga beef kind of strayed me away, but I've turned a new leaf and decided to start giving her a listen. I found she's extremely talented and I'm obsessed. Question is, what is your input on Madonna? Can you justify her love? Would you rather see her take a bow? Sincerely and gratefully, very Eddie. Do you like Madonna? Do you like Lady Gaga? Both? Neither?
This felt like I wrote this. So I was a big like Gaga fan, and I was like, oh, I hate Madonna because she doesn't like Gaga, so I can't listen to her. And then like it was like college. I had this like very old gay professor, and like one of our like pieces, there was 2 things he like made us watch. He made us like watch like anything that had to do with ABBA.
Mm-hmm.
ABBA? Which one is it?
I think it's ABBA.
I think it's ABBA. Okay, yeah. So we had to watch, like, listen to everything about them, learn all that stuff. Olivia Newton-John and Madonna, or like our 3, like we had like essays about these people.
Wow.
So I was like, I listened to Madonna.
What kind of class was this?
Bitch, it was like it was like history. Like it wasn't even like a class that had to do, it was maybe like media. It was like some random class. I don't know. I didn't graduate college. And like, so we had to like learn all this nonsense. So I was like listening to Madonna. I was like, wait, like this is actually like, this is fierce. I was like, this is like, now I get it. Like now I get it. But I like older Madonna. I like older Madonna. I like Physical Attraction. That's a good one. That's a good one. What's like your Madonna like?
Well, my number one Madonna song is Rescue Me, which is a very not popular cut, not a radio play cut at all. But I'm a big fan of like the erotica time.
Ooh, Deeper and Deeper.
The whole album. I loved Madonna when she played Breathless Mahoney and Dick Tracy.
Really?
So I thought all the music was fantastic. And then also she did a cover of Santa Baby.
Yes.
During that time. So there was like that look and that sort of character. Yeah. I mean, I love Lady Gaga. I love Madonna. I think the music industry, the beauty industry, the fashion industry does a really good job of putting these things in the minds of women that they have to be in competition.
Yeah.
And nature's first green is gold. So the younger you are, the more important you are.
Right.
And so I think that could get in the minds of an artist that's 20, 30, 40 years older than someone else and make them think like, well, there can only be one of us. Because they keep saying there's only one of you. Only one of you is the supreme.
Yeah.
You know? We can like them both. We can love them both.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Now I'm obsessed with both.
And I wonder, you know, when we hear these conversations, like, do these people really not like it? Or are they envious?
Right.
Are they sad? Are they happy? Are they taken out of context? Or is it all of it? Because, you know, especially being from a recent season of Drag Race, there's more eyes on you. I feel like, I was on season 3, so there was social media, but it was a lot less.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't as quickly consumed. It was like somebody did a post and it was like, wow, I did a post.
Right.
Now it's like I post.
Yes.
So everyone has their eyes on you, and the things that you do and say could be misconstrued so quickly because everyone's an expert.
Yeah. I tried to make it like a big thing for me to always act and like come across as that I'm joking, like make sure that they know that I'm a girl that's like haha. Because like there's some girls, like a serious girl, if she makes like a post that's like funny, like or shady or something like that, they'll think the bitch is being serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like on the vein of you saying like we like go so fast and everything like that, it's so hard to keep up with social media.
Yeah.
And also like even me right now, I'm like, okay, like my season's over. And now I'm like, the thought of like season 18 is about to come and girl, who the fuck is Kori King? You know what I mean? Like that sounds like it moves so fast. So like, but the best thing to do is not to like truly compete with the people that are coming in the future, but to work with them. Cause I feel as though like if they look good, I look good. You know what I mean? So if the girls that are after me look good, that's just gonna make me look good, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think like the girls are like competitive. I think that's kind of weird, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes so much sense. Like working with people, I'm lucky enough to meet most of the people from current seasons through this platform, and I will always have people that like. I usually try to post like a behind the scenes picture the weekend before the episode comes out, and then or like we do like a shoe teaser or something like that. And people will say, "Oh, I hope that bitch reads you. I know they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that," and I'm like
what?
I wish you knew that. I really, and I truly mean this, I have not encountered someone from a new season that hasn't been just nice, hasn't come in and just said, I'm just being cordial. Like, I'm not saying anybody has to kiss anybody's ass, but there's people that you gel with really, really well. And then there's people that you're like, well, they're doing their work and they're trying to find a common ground. But I think people love to see they've gotten the message that the library's always open. So they're like, oh, Kori, you better read so-and-so and you better read that. And it's like, I don't dislike her.
Right.
I don't. And I also don't, if I don't know that person, it would actually just come off as insulting, not being silly.
Yes.
It would just come off as being mean for no reason.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you go, I hope you have a really fun talk about fun shit.
Right. Yeah, I feel like some people just, they think, the problem is they see Drag Race and they think like, oh, like we're like shady, like slay. Or like they'll be like, or like the worst for me is like if it's like a regular gay or something. Now they think they clocked in and they're drag queens too. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no. Like this is, we can talk, but we're still, in the next way possible, we're still different. So don't come here talking about some, oh, no nails tonight. Like, nah, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, let's reel it back in. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I was like, they think that they're a little closer to us. Does that make sense? Like, they think
it does. It does because it comes off as like, because listen, people have said it before. It's always your own.
Yes.
It's always your own who's going to comfort. It's not that it would be different if it was somebody who or from the outset you already knew they didn't like your community or you didn't like queens or they didn't like dykes or they didn't like whoever.
Yeah.
So that's not bothersome. It's bothersome to me when it's your own, it's your own community saying something or clocking something because they think it's funny. Like I don't know. It's interesting that you say this right now. There was a video that popped up that one of the reels from this podcast, and somebody clocked something about like the hairline or something. Yeah. And I thought to myself, you always engage, and I try to engage back, and it's always like polite. Yeah. But what was the point of that? Like, and then I go look at their profile, and they're like, all hate will be blocked, and only spread light. And I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, if I'm already giving you attention, we're giving attention back and forth. I don't know why the clocking, like you're clocking something like.
Oh, I'm that girl where it's like, I don't respond to hate comments. I don't delete them. I don't respond to them. It's just like because for me, but I do encourage them because I will say, you're helping me. You're helping my engagement. So
I guess that's true.
If a bitch don't like me, I'm like, let me know, but I really don't care. So I remember one time someone was like, when I tell you they would come on every single post, it was like, they're like, I fucking hate, it was during my season because I was like, apparently I was like a bitch on my season. But they were like, oh, like, I don't like Kori King, da da da. I like on my YouTube video, I'm just like counting my ones. I'm over here like, just for the people that like send hate comments, keep sending them. But if you want me to read them, you need to put them in like a Cameo or something because I'm not gonna do it for free. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna engage in hate for free. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So if you want me like a TV show, I'll throw a drink, but I'm not gonna throw a drink for free. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
She's not doing it for free.
I'm not.
But you can book it on Cameo.
I'm not spreading hate for free. No. But I will spread it for a check.
This is so fun. Thank you for being here.
Of course, thank you for having
love
me.
this so much. I feel like we should, I don't know, we should do something. We should have like a something.
I'm down.
I could talk to you all the time.
Girl, I'm down. I'm ready.
Thank you. I hope you have a great holiday season.
You as well.
Today on Very Delta, we learned that if you want a fuller figure, you can just fill your dress with wigs. We'll see you next week. And until then, keep things very merry, Delta.
Ho, ho, ho.
She said, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cole. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions.
My feet are fucking huge.
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
My hooves.
Them not as big as your boobs. Not as little as your waist.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.